This is Dr. J and Professor Spike talking stocks,
Hello.
streaming live from Long Island, New York, where it's a glorious spring day in the month of May, almost May.
Oh, well, yeah, let's not push it too long.
Yeah, let
I like
time
the spring. We should enjoy it for as much as
let
possible.
time do its own thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we could, we could bend in space time, bend space and time.
So we
But we
got when Joe Pally comes on, our expert on artificial intelligence. We got to ask him whether we have to lose sleep over the singularity or not.
this, the AI singularity.
The
That's what
AI
we're about.
singularity.
I think I just told my students today that I'm not worried about AI because the best they'll be is as dumb as us.
Is what?
The best it'll be is as dumb as us.
Well, it'll be like a
We'll
lot.
just repeat our mistakes more
It'll be
often.
like pull all the knowledge of all the dumb people in the world.
Exactly. All the fake news, all the lies and direct that's in the that's on the internet.
Yeah.
You mine all that and try to find truth and all that. We can't even find truth in our own news.
I wonder how it would perform on a IQ test.
Interesting. Well, look, that thing with Jeopardy did pretty well. It was able to understand puns and plays on words.
Which
You
is
know,
similar to
that deep
IQ.
think, that deep blue, whatever it was called.
So that must be similar to IQ.
Oh, that's the one that plays chess, right?
Or the mainframe?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the IBM mainframe in Yorktown Heights.
Yes. They said, well, once it had enough memory to look at all possibilities, it wasn't a game anymore.
Yeah. So the market, I broke even today. I don't know. I don't know how the market.
I didn't even look.
I think it was that kind of day.
Yeah, well, you look at the numbers like the Dow, it's like 0.03%. It's like, okay, could have stayed in bed for that.
I'm really looking forward to having Joe on Thursday. He's an expert on AI, open AI, all the AIs and that's going on, and we can talk about specific stocks, including his own.
So
He's the CEO of an AI company.
Now, does his AI company invest or does it just do science?
I don't know what it does. He wants to go public with it, I think.
Okay, well, yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of there. I can't wait to talk to him either.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's the AI of investing, there's the investing in AI.
Outside of a few people like Professor Spike and Kamal, I don't know anybody much smarter than him. He's really a bright guy.
I'm sure present companies accepted.
So what were we doing? We want to look at. I'm going to look at the beta. I'm really going to be brave.
Okay. Yeah, you have a decent list here, but I wanted to add one or two to it.
Yeah. Sure. I wanted to start with Apple, maybe.
Okay.
It's an interesting chart.
Are you on the beta or on the old one?
I'm on the beta.
Yeah, I haven't really played around with it yet.
Well, I haven't either, but I want to learn it. So no better way to do it, right?
So all of you in the Ethernet who are watching us.
Interval of 1 minute. We don't want 1 minute. We want 1 year. And we want 1 day. That looks good. I played with it a little this morning. I drew the line, not including today's action.
Uh-huh.
And it's a perfect downward trend line, but with a very small slope. One that I was hoping we would take out today, but that didn't happen, apparently.
Uh-huh.
Today it closed at 165.23. No, is that's not right.
166.47 it says.
Yeah, so why does it say below that, where I put I'm trying to learn this thing. It says 165.39 on where today. I don't know. So anyway, yesterday, according to this, it closed at 166.32.
Okay.
Yeah, that says as of 4 p.m., 166.47. It doesn't look that way. Oh, there's another line.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, so that's good news. That means we took out the high from a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I like that.
Good.
The five-star general is when it makes new highs, it makes me feel more certain that we're really in a bull market. This more than any other stock. And it's been doing just that, making new highs. And it took out the high that it just made 2 weeks ago. It's very close to the high of 176.15, which was back in August, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, August. So we're testing a very important high soon. I mean, 10 points is nothing for this stock. The all-time high, I think, is 182. So we're in firing range, you know.
Of new
But
highs.
Apple makes a new all-time high. I think that's everyone's signal to get back in if they're out. They're going to feel a lot of people are going to have mud on their face, or eat crow, whatever you want to call it.
Well,
In particular, the guy from Morgan Stanley, right, Mike Wilson.
yes, I think the last I heard from him, he was still being pessimistic. Has Professor Omar changed his tune yet?
Not since I spoke to him last. Last I spoke to him, he still was convinced we needed to go down to below the lows that below the recent lows. I don't know. So Apple is extremely bullish. Today's action, even though it didn't close above the high from a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it did intraday break it. And it's got to make you feel good about the entire market, about tech in particular. So I'm happy with that. The Qs are flat. The spiders are flat. Does it even pay to look at them? Quick.
Even spiders, since we've been looking at it on a daily
Oh,
basis.
there's too many
But
lines.
this is one that you've been picking over a lot.
Too many lines.
Yes, TMI.
I got to get rid of some of these lines. It's driving me crazy, these lines. Now, how do you get rid of the lines?
I would go to that carrot and see if there's a clear under that carrot.
No.
Nope, it's just to build more.
I don't know how to get rid of the lines. I suppose if you just go like that, maybe, no?
I'm looking.
Delete drawing. That didn't work. All right, so much for the beta.
It was worth a try.
But we want to take out this, what it looks like a February low, a February high rather. We want to take out 418.31 on this on the spiders. That's the next meaningful pivot I want to see broken. And of course, if it's synonymous with a big move up on Apple, all the better. I'm really looking at Apple as being the key to this puzzle, whether we're really in a bull market or not. The last 6 months, if you look at the spiders, looks like a bull market to me, going back to October, right?
Mm.
We were at a low of 348, and we've gone up to 418 before pulling back a little. And now we're going to challenge that 418 again, right? It looks like it. So we take that out. We're looking like we're making a series of higher highs and higher lows,
Yep.
and it's a bull market, 6 months. I mean, how long does it have to be in a bull market before people are convinced it's a bull market?
Maybe when it ends.
Yeah, that's probably the case. When everybody's
That's
convinced,
typically my luck.
when everybody's
I bought
convinced,
Neo at the peak.
when everybody's convinced it's a bull market, comes back in, then we'll go down.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we want to look at today?
Right. Well, you had Aurinia and ALT and Dermatech and Anvs.
Frozen Smoke was wildly enthusiastic about ALT. He's one of the people that I follow, that I'm friends with on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
or on StockTwits, one or the other, that I have a great deal of respect for. And he's very high on ALT.
What is that?
Autoimmune. It's got a weird disease that it's fighting. Did you ever hear of what is it? WH? I forget. It's four initials. WHIM? No, it's WIM.
WHAT.
I forget what it is.
Uh,
I forgot.
we're about to get into the Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah, who's on first for what? Whatever. I mean, it's important if you're into fundamentals, but if you're just looking at the chart, who cares?
Uh-huh.
And if you just want to make a trade, who really cares? Now, it does look like it wants to at least test this this big red candle the day of the big drop. There was evidently some kind of bad news. And the high was 694. So with a break of 694, you could start thinking about filling the gap at $11. So from the chart, it's looking alive. You know, does it look great? No, but if it breaks the high from that red candle on we just looked at, then it becomes very likely $11 may be in play. So it's an interesting one. From the point of view of a chartist, it looks like it might be worth throwing a dot or two or three, or taking a fly, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's in play over the last few weeks, and there was an upgrade today, I believe. So,
okay.
In play, upgrade,
I mean, the month of April has been very good to this stock.
Frozen Smoke, I think that's his name. He likes it.
Frozen Smoke. Okay.
Yeah, I probably got the name wrong.
So Tim is saying that Athesys did a private offering, which
Well, that's good.
why,
They got some money.
that's why it went up and then back down again.
They don't have to go broke.
They
don't have to declare bankruptcy, maybe.
I guess in the rumors of that, it was up yesterday and then it gave it all back today.
I could take a quick look.
You might as well. He asked if you were attending the business update on the 20th.
I don't own any. I own zero, so I have very little interest.
Yeah, I cut my position pretty deep in this.
I mean, the chart looks pretty dreadful. There's nothing to get excited about. It's just, it's going to be whatever it is. Meaning, if they can stay in business till the trial is over on stroke, then you might have something. Maybe. It's worth hanging around or coming back. I'm looking to come back in when it drops to 50 cents again.
Right, exactly.
All right, so
bargain at today's prices, but
yeah.
Athesys announces $3.7 million registered direct offering and concurrent private placement.
I mean, really, that's not a lot of money. But
yeah, 3.7 million is not a lot at all. I'm sure that
when your stock is trading at 90 cents, and you got to dilute quite a bit to get there.
Mm.
I drew the channel on
Arinia?
Arenia. Yeah, I like Arenia. Up 24 cents today. It's one that I've been adding to. I probably own too much of it already.
Well, at any price close to 10, you're probably okay.
I guess. I keep adding. I can't control myself. I don't know why.
Oh,
The chart looks good. That's
because
why.
you're strongly convinced that that $35 that used to be offered might still be out there somewhere.
I think it was 32, but yeah.
Well, it's more than the 11 that it is now.
I'll take 25.
Believe me, I'll take anything.
It's a beautiful looking channel.
Mm.
By the way, the tool for drawing a channel gives you perfect parallel lines. And I drew the midpoint.
You do that by hand anyway.
I drew the midpoint by hand, the line in the middle.
Uh-huh.
That I drew the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way.
Yeah. And I just wanted to get an idea. Are we trading above or below or right in the middle? And
Yeah, you're in the middle.
basically in the middle. We came back off the lows of the day, right? Pretty nicely.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what the lows of the day were. Does it say up there? 1026, it looks like, was the low of the day. So it's kind of bounced off the low very nicely. Good price action. How about volume today? We can get the exact volume.
Really?
Yeah, the exact volume was 2,846. Nothing spectacular, but more than yesterday. It's got pretty good volume, but pre-takeout, I bet you it hits something like in the 4s to 5.
Same one, yeah, right. If the rumor becomes
Yeah,
more profound.
the rumor becomes strong. You look for 4 million shares traded. I think easily. Renia looks pretty good. Let's get back to chart view. By the way, if you have this downloads into an Excel spreadsheet, and you can run all kinds of statistical nonsense with it
Okay.
if you're interested. I've done that. I've written many a program to analyze data from chart form.
Uh-huh.
Back to table view. I mean, go back to, how do I get back to the,
Let me see.
I want to get back to the chart.
I'm playing with it myself a little bit here.
Come on, chart.
If you click on table view a second time, it goes back. It's a toggle.
I can't get it.
Come off of it and come back. And take your mouse off of it. There you go.
Yeah. All right, so we're learning how to play with the beta. All right, so now what else do we want to look at? Anvs is behaving well.
Yes, you have an Novus on your list.
How did I get this again?
All right. Click on that again. There you go. Oh.
Maybe we shouldn't play with the beta.
See, when I do it, it just it toggles.
Okay. So we fell down strongly. I forget what the news was. They screwed up the conference in Switzerland, and that caused
These conferences end up being bad news for these companies.
Yes, that caused it to plunge from the low 20s all the way down to below 12, and now it's on the rise again. But it stopped short at the 50. 50 repelled it today. So we want to see progress. We want to see it take out the 50 tomorrow. And the 50 is greater than the 100, is greater than the 200. So it's bullish.
Mm-hmm.
we're in a bullish pattern. So to confirm this bullish pattern, we need to trade above the 50. And then it's, just a waiting game for this particular company. You got to get some interim data out. I don't know how long that'll take. They're not Speedy Gonzalez, this company.
Mm.
Speedy Gonzalez was a real character, right?
Well, I think there was a real character named, except for the one on the cartoon. Yes, there was somebody else.
Speedy Gonzalez. All right.
I think you're right. I think it was based off of a real person or an icon from a movie.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look.
Tim is saying JEPI is still the best. Are you familiar with that?
JDPI, JEPI.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that I own a lot of. I've recently bought quite a bit of it for dividend, for yield.
Which one is that?
It moved up a little off my base. I paid about 53.5 average.
Oh, JP Morgan. That's right.
I think it's a little higher.
That's right. This was the dividend play.
Yeah, they pay about 1% a month, and it's fairly safe because they use only S&P 500 stocks.
Right.
They write covered calls. You're not going to get rich off of this one. You're not going to get 5 times your money.
Right, but
not even going to get double your money. But if you can get 12% a year, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, me too.
That's not bad. I mean, it's certainly not guaranteed. You could move up or down 5 points in either direction pretty easily. Probably not much more than that. Narrow trading range. So rich you're not going to get, but if you have money to park, this might be a better place than treasuries.
Yeah, I hear that.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, if it's going to consistently give 1% a year.
Yeah, but treasuries has slightly less risk. I mean, much less risk. You could lose your dividend if it goes down. You break even on the year.
That's true.
If it goes down 10 points, if you buy it at the high of the year, let's say. So it's a little gamble here, but I like it. I put quite a bit of money into it.
Yeah.
So far, I'm pleased. What other biotech did I put down?
Dermtech.
Another one I've been buying. I'm really convinced this one will do well eventually. If they don't really screw it up. I mean, management has a good product. Advertise it, put it on TV like Exact Sciences did with colorectal stuff.
Right.
Well, just sell yourself to Exact Sciences. Give up. You can't do it. Sell out. But this is worth $10 minimum. I've been saying that for a long time. I still believe it to be true. So I think this is a $10 stock selling at $4. And that's why I've been buying it. Of course, I could be wrong. Our opinion's strictly our own. Not investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. And hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about us. And hit the bell. What bell does something.
Does it?
What does that bell do? Ring the bell. Tom McCann shoes. Is that what it does? I forget. Is that Tom McCann rings the bell?
Not that I remember, but
well, I go further back than you.
You do. I don't remember Tom McCann's commercials.
I think it rings a bell. Maybe.
See, there's
maybe that's another.
There's a Good and Plenty commercial that really rings a bell.
Oh, maybe that's it. Good and
Plenty. Charlie said.
Good and Plenty. Wasn't there a Good and Plenty commercial that went like a choo-choo train?
Yeah, Charlie says, "Love me good and plenty." Charlie says, "Really rings a bell." Because
I
right,
remember,
you
I
shook.
remember another one that was like a locomotive. Good and plenty, good and plenty, good and
Good,
plenty.
yes, right. Because when you shook it, it made
Yeah,
that noise.
yeah.
Don't know
I,
any
I,
other candy that I love so well.
I really like that candy, that licorice.
Yeah, right. I like Good and Fruities better.
Yeah.
They made those afterwards for the less for the taste. You know who? Typically speaking, the people who like that licorice also like to smoke cigarettes because I
Oh,
guess it's that it
that's
was
not
that.
me.
Hmm?
That's not me.
You never smoked?
Only when forced to.
Oh, right. Okay. When does that ever happen?
Only, for rare social events I
Gotcha.
went to. I'm not a very social person, but if I was at a social event, I had to do what I had to do.
I understand perfectly. Oh,
So,
people starting to show up and they're giving some decent requests.
yeah,
So Andrew wants to know whether or not. Well, Andrew's just interested in what happened to Netflix after hours. He says he bought more Tandem today,
wow.
and the Chinese EVs woke up. That's good news because I have a lot
Well,
of.
Tandem is a biotech, so let's check that out first.
Yeah, okay. And then he says he's playing Tesla.
Tesla's nothing wrong with playing Tesla if you have a long time horizon.
Now, yeah, Tandem is still languishing in the 30s, right? What was that?
I don't know why you want to buy this one. To me, it's been languishing for too long, unless there's some fundamental news that we don't know about. But from the chart, there's nothing to write home about. I wouldn't buy it. Probably good for 10 points to everybody because I said I wouldn't buy it. Usually that's worth about 10 points.
Right.
All right.
Just like all of my protestations about Meta.
Look,
That stock went up so high after I said I wouldn't buy
just
it.
because something isn't right for me as an investor
Right.
doesn't mean that it isn't right for Andrew, who has more patience than me.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone has different horizons,
So
and the same stock could be, not at all turn me on, and have
yeah, but I mean, look, this thing had some legs for a long time.
yeah, but the past tense.
Well, you never know. He says it showed some strength towards the mid 40s, so he thought maybe this is a little bit of a dip that he can take advantage of.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, for his sake. I've been out of this for a long time.
It just doesn't interest me. What was the other one? Netflix.
Tesla and Netflix, but Tesla's the one that's been two people asked for Tesla.
All right, 2 to 1 Tesla.
There you go.
I own Tesla. I don't own Netflix, so I'm slightly more interested in Tesla.
You're actually in this one?
I am. I
I,
made the mistake of buying. I bought the lot right at the bottom. Then I bought too much, over
I see.
200. I added. I hit like 102. I don't know where the bottom was. I was very close to the bottom when I bought a bunch.
I think that little dip. I told you I had a dream, so I bought 2 whole shares, and I doubled my money, and then I
That's
just
good.
bailed. Yeah, no, it was good, but I mean, I should trust my dreams more.
Well, it looks like we're trending back up
Yeah,
after.
it does. It looks like if we see that wave, it looks like the wave is. And if I don't know what the stories with the Chinese EVs, I guess because China just had some pretty decent economic news. Maybe that means that people are going to stop buying cars again.
Uh,
And Tesla's all over China. I mean, like he's trying to get his batteries there.
let's just look at this little trend line. If it continues en route like that, I'm looking at 192 in like a week. I mean, if you just extend it out,
Yeah,
192 looks reasonable. And it's also probably the coincide with the 50. So for a scalp of 8 points, like a 5% move up, I think it's a great, pretty decent bet. I won't say great, pretty decent. And Andrew often scalps, so I don't know if that's his game or not. And in the long run, this is a great company, and whether it proves out over time, we don't know. But
I think these price drops are actually a very, very good idea.
to buy on the dip.
No, I'm saying in terms, not I was saying in
Oh,
terms of the car itself.
you mean sales strategy for the
Yeah,
car?
yeah. I mean, the thing is, I think that Lucid it doesn't have a shot in this market.
You know, I actually
especially on Tesla
I
low
saw
net
a
price.
Rivian for the first time on the road.
A Rivian, really?
Yeah, it looked ugly to me. I don't know.
Okay.
It was a green, horrible looking thing.
And I have yet to see a Lucid anywhere.
I think I've seen it. Maybe in my dreams.
Yeah, exactly. You saw it in the Super Bowl commercial.
Mm. And how about the Fisker Ocean?
Oh yeah, right.
Fisker's a calamity. It's going to zero. It looks
Yeah,
like.
no, Fiska's not very strong these days.
Netflix.
Might as well.
I'm mildly bullish Tesla, and short term more than mildly bullish, moderately bullish. Is that the word? Moderate.
Sure.
Mildly bullish long term and moderately bullish short term. It looks okay for a trade. What's Netflix?
Yes, Netflix. They just I don't know. I guess they're saying they're going to crack down on the passwords.
I watch Netflix a lot. I just don't own any. You know,
Yeah,
there's
I'm
been a
sure
lot of
that's only one of those high price.
I can't find anything. Professor Spock, I can't find one good show on Netflix lately.
Really?
Not one. I want to short the stock.
Because you're running out of if you like this, then you like this because you didn't even
There's
like
nothing. I tried everything new that they have, all garbage.
It's been a little tough lately. Yeah, I do admit.
I tried the biotech one. Did you try the biotech one?
Which one
I defy anybody to watch that show. It's that bad. There's one about biotechnology company, a comedy that just started.
Oh, okay. No, I missed that one.
You got plenty of time to catch it. It's first edition, first season, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Unstable.
Unstable. Okay.
You have to be a little unstable to watch it. And you know, I love BioDrek, and I couldn't watch it. So but that's not any.
Did they have one of those versions of the Elizabeth Holmes story?
What about it?
You know, the blood ones.
No.
Like everyone had their own version of that story.
Oh yeah.
About Theranos.
By the way, just because I don't like the content doesn't mean you can't buy the stock. I'm just kidding around.
Yeah, right. Well, remember, I at the beginning of the pandemic, I thought it was a good idea to get in.
Although I
think I did all right when that happened.
I don't like it flirting below 333. It's at a critical juncture here. You see that 50 is curving back towards 100. I don't want to see that intersect. It's looking a little bit weak short term. You're saying after hours it melted or something?
What did he say? He said he scalped Netflix after hours, picked up a tiny position when it went below 3.
Oh, in other words, they coming in with earnings or something tomorrow?
Let me see. There was some news here.
Maybe he's playing the earnings game. I personally don't like this company for a long-term position or a short-term position or a medium-term position or any term position. I'd rather throw the dice at Atlantic City.
Well, I would do that anyway.
They're making money by cracking down on multiple accounts.
That's one of the things, yes.
Yeah. It's just I really it bothers me that I can't find anything watchable content wise. That show Wednesday that you all talk about is the most god awful show I've ever.
Oh yeah, I haven't started that one yet.
You can't even start it.
Really? Okay.
It's that bad, and it's got like a cult like following. Oh well. What? Anything else? Or are we done?
Let's see what the gang wants. Let's see. Love earnings was today. That's why there was some news. Everyone's talking about Love Is Blind on Netflix. That's one of those. That show is definitely unwatchable. For guys, anyway.
What is it?
XPeng announced a new production process that will potentially lower costs. That's why the Chinese EV stocks are up. Other than that, we talked about everything that anybody really has.
How about Baba? We haven't looked at Baba in a while.
Okay, yeah, it's been a long time since we talked about Alibaba.
Had a little pop from recent lows, and we had we had the 50 cross the 100 the wrong way just a week ago. Not again. I'm not buying this. Even though it looks like it definitely bottomed at 80, I just don't know where it's going short term. Chinese promised to be kinder to Baba.
I don't think they made those promises.
They did. They said they're not going to hit him. They're not going to slam him as hard anymore.
Probably because he's already, late bent the knee.
Yeah. I don't know what else should we look at. Is there anything else?
I think we're good.
We're good?
Yeah, I think.
All right. We did all the biotech I said?
Yep, and we've definitely passed the 30-minute mark, so.
Well, one more. I'm a glutton for punishment.
You're a glutton for punishment? All right, then why don't you look at, we already looked at Athesis, right?
Look what I put up, your favorite.
Oh, Moderna. Okay, yeah, actually, I don't know what this latest thing is, but we've been hearing about, I was going to actually ask about the gene editing because gene editing.
They have good stuff with Merck. They have a melanoma drug. It's a personalized vaccine, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I think you got to buy this if it dips down to the lows again, 133, or anywhere near that. I think it must be bought. They're talking cure. They're still talking cure for cancer. So
they are. Well, look, they were saying whatever they found out for melanoma might definitely be useful for other cancers as well.
Yeah, their CEO made a statement, I believe, that by 2030 they'll have it done. Cure for cancer.
Great.
That's not that many years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a little and put it away.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, especially for me, I'd be averaging down a little bit. So
yeah. Or if you're not in it, I think you got to be in it.
At least for taste. So you would do this sooner than edit or CRISPR?
I would certainly include CRISPR, but mRNA as well. It's a great company, mRNA. Don't underestimate this company. A lot of analysts short the name, or bearish, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the time to go long. You know that.
Yes.
And are they ever right? Hardly ever. Tim, Andrew, thanks for the comments. XPeng announced a new production process.
Yes.
Up 20% XPEV.
Yeah, I was looking. Neo's down, actually.
Let's remind everybody about Thursday. Show up. Super guest, an AI expert. He's going to reassure us not to worry about popularity. I don't want to become Borg. Do you want to become Borg?
No, I do not want to become Borg.
We are Borg.
We are not Borg.
Adios, amigos. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Good week.